Hello, good morning. Welcome you all in the Technology channel. Today I'll speak on the coronavirus pandemic 19 and the contract management. Because of coronavirus pandemic, there's a lot of challenges to the business world. They're not able to perform the contract. Assembly line is challenged. There's a problem of the supply of the raw materials and then supply of the finished goods and products and all. So there are a lot of challenges for performance, and a lot of contractors are getting frustrated. I will discuss about the background story of COVID-19 and its impact on business, review and analysis of the current contracts, optimization of the contract management process, and review and extraction of the target contracts, renegotiation of the performance and innovation of the contract, adopting to new risks and challenges of performance. As we know that the coronavirus, which started in December 2019 from Wuhan in China, and now is spread across the world. Currently, we have seen that there are 4,23,000 deaths happened all over the world, and then even 7,06,000 people are still infected from the coronavirus disease. Good part is that 3,85,000 cases are recorded officially. India is also not doing very well. In fact, India has lost 8,500 lives, and we have seen there are 3 lakh cases already infected, and they're actually under treatment. But good part is that 1,46,000 cases are recorded. Most hit in the process is the USA. There are more like there are more than 2 lakh cases, and there are more than 1 lakh deaths. Current infection rate is continuously growing from February 23rd. There was a 1,000 case per day globally. Now we are having 1,45,000 cases per day, and that graph is continuously growing from 23rd February to till date. In India, so the growth is very fast because on 1st February we were seeing 1 case per day. Now we are seeing 10,000 cases per day. So it is very fast growing. We don't know what will happen in the next coming days because the graph is going very high. Most hit India is the Mumbai, which is the commercial capital of India, where we have seen there are 1 lakh infected cases, and already there is a death of 3,500 people. It has disrupted the entire assembly lines, supply chains, and performance of the contracts. As per the Business Standard Report of 15th May 2020, that global business loss is estimated to be 8.8 trillion US dollar, which is almost 9.7% of the global economy. Most of the well-established foreign universities like Cambridge University, Michigan University, they're losing around 500 million to 1,000 million dollars losses. Amazon has also posted US dollar 398 million dollar up to 1st May 2020. On 11 June, Indian Express provided a report. It says that Human Development and International Labour Organization, they had a conference, and in the conference, the outcome is that there are a lot of speakers, and what was the outcome? That it says that the 25% decline in global GDP and MSME disrupted down to 54%, and 80% jobs affected in urban economy and 54% in the rural economy. Almost there are 10 crore job losses in India. This is very serious impact of the coronavirus pandemic, and which is going to and also affecting very seriously to the entire world. From last 4 months, we have seen more talks about the force majeure clauses is very common to the contract clause, and it is more debated word in the throughout the world. Even every lawyer from his first day in the classroom in the law school till now, the kind of debate he has seen, he might have not seen in the student life. This clause is almost omnipresent in every class of the contract, but generally it is just like a boilerplate, just buried in the contract. But now it is really most debated topic. There's a lot of attention is provided to this particular clause, and then because in this scenario, this is the only class that will help you to come out from the problem. The risk is very high because the way the things are changing, we do not see any short-term gain because it is going to be impacting maybe coming few years. Now the question is that because of the COVID-19, there are a lot of questions are emerging that how to protect the people right now in the company and how to protect the business and revenue, how to deliver the business continuity with no or minimum disruption. While most organizations are cutting down and evaluating spends on non-essential requirements, some severely impacted industries are not only looking to delay certain payments, but are also invoking force majeure provisions to excuse performance, suspend, or terminate contracts. We have seen Section 56 of the Indian Contract Act, which provides the impossibility of performance. There are sometimes initial impossibility, there are sometimes subsequent impossibility. In the coronavirus pandemic, we have seen the subsequent impossibility of the performance. This concept belonged to the Roman law because in Roman law there was a slavery. What happened for the first time in in Rome, there was a sale and purchase of slave, and then on the day of the performance, slave was died. The question was that what is the liability of the supplier? Then court held that since the slave is not available, it was the subject of the contract, and the person has died, so that's why the contract cannot be performed. So it means the contract is frustrated. Then we have seen in 1863 in England that the Taylor versus Cardwell case, where the opera house for the concert was booked, but the house was burned because of fire. And then in this case, court held that because the opera house is not there, then contract got the frustrated. The Kerala versus Henry case of 1903, seeing the royal procession, which got cancelled because of the some of the challenges in England, and then again this case court held that since there is no concert happening, so no point of the providing the place, so contract got frustrated. If you come to India, there is the Satyavrata Ghosh versus Muni Ramangur and Company case of 1954, which provides that the in fact, this case has expanded the boundary of the performance of the contract, and then it has gone to the object class and other dynamic classes, and saying that if without the fault of the parties, something because of the nature happens, and either the performance becomes impossible or the object of the contract is not existence, in those cases, the contract will become the uh, this model performance will be just like a frustration of the contract. Now the question is that how do the companies, there are a lot of contracts, how they're going to survive in this scenario, and how to they start the process. What they can do, because companies may have thousands of the contracts, so what they should do, they have to review all the contracts and see terms and conditions, because some of the contracts are for long-term performance, some are for the short-term performance. Those contracts which are having short-term performance, what they can do, they can find out those contracts, and then they can review the terms and conditions and see how these contracts are going to impact the parties. So they have to do contract reviewing, contract auditing to find out that what are the relevant contracts. So contracts may also need to be reviewed to better understand the cost incurred if the contract is to be terminated, and to better understand the potential litigation risks that may arise if you do so. So what are the limits on liability? Is there an indemnification of the clause, or there are notice requirements? Most contracts will include language around how disputes may resolve, as well as the governing law. These all need to be reviewed to understand the potential risk when cancelling or terminating an agreement, or as a last resort, employing an official breach. Because sometimes company can do intentionally a breach and award the performance because they feel that it's a more suited point for the company. So there is a business continuity planning in the event of any disaster or pandemic such as COVID-19. If your contract allows you to invoke BCP, it should be done within the defined levels and timelines of the contract. If you are unable to comply with these levels and timelines, seek formal approval to change these timelines from the other party. In addition to this, the relief event clause is there, the clause waiving or reducing the responsibility of the event that one party does not perform their obligations. Due to default by the other party or because the hardship clause, there is the clause covering the unforeseen events that would make performance of the contract more difficult or onerous and may allow negotiation by the parties. These clauses should be given due consideration while evaluating your options during this time period. Now, how to optimize the business process and management process? So currently there is a life cycle management of the contract that everybody should review and find out and discover that how these contracts will be relevant in the current scenario and how they're going to impact the future scenario. So there should be scoping, collection, and chase. That the first step in the contract review is collecting all the target contracts. An important sub-step is that scoping exercise to determine which contracts are active and relevant, because every contract is not relevant in this scenario. So companies should find out only those contracts which are very relevant at this current scenario. Those are critical to ensure your efforts sweep all related papers to the relevant contracts, amendments, exhibits, or others, because if it's a multinational company, the contracts may be lying at several offices in the world. So you have to collect all the contracts at central place and then start review process. Creating family structures between and among the contracts is necessary to understand and potential effects each contract and its provisions have on another contract, because if it is a family line contracts, in that case one particular contract, if it is breached, it is going to impact the lot of other contracts. The second step is to perform a review on the information extraction exercise against the target contracts. Depending on the volume and complexity of the contracts, a contract lifecycle management software may be also employed to review the process. A best part is that currently we have artificial intelligence and machine learning is very helpful in helping the analysis of the contract, find out the relevant contract portions can also be found out of the particular contract or the growth of the contracts to take a decision. There are many solutions in the market with a wide range of abilities and effectiveness. Even in the best AI solutions in the market, second pass human review is also required, because the machine will collect the contract, but definitely we cannot actually see the entire thing done by the AI. So involvement of the person is also required to see the other aspects. In a pandemic-like situation, local law regulations takes precedence over all the contracts. So we should not see only the contract terms and conditions, because what is happening earlier, central government has taken decision to make lockdown and take the decision about the how it will be working in the entire country. Then power has gone to the states. Now the power has come to the different districts, even district magistrates and also the SSP of the is particular district that making a lot of rules, regulations, guidelines. Those are also very, very important, because if you are in a condition where there are a lot of infections happening and government has very strict rules, in that case, if you cannot perform the contract, best part is that immediately inform the other party, locally or internationally, that why you are not able to perform the contracts. Given the fact that we are all in the same boat, we need to ensure we get through this temporary situation with empathy and compassion, because business depend on the trust and confidence. So we have to see the empathy of the parties that why we are not able to perform, and do not try to have illegal enrichment. The third step is analyzing the results of the review to determine your legal and business options, and then make decision on the course of the action for each contract. After reviewing the data, organizations should prioritize their contracts by their importance to the business. The potential risk presented, the identification of the contract most likely to fail, and the resulting impact on the business should they do so. At this point, the proper remediation can be determined. Depending on the volume of the contracts and the nature of the decision, a CLM solution could aid in executing mass amendments and not termination of the transactions. So company what can do, they have to select the similar kind of the contracts, and they can apply the kind of innovation process. So a particular group of the contracts can be easily changed, and performance can also be possible. So they will document change. They have to then remote working and the force majeure classes, the adequate notification, legal side of the business. So what we'll do, because some of the contracts may not have the force majeure clauses, but if you're going to make a notion of the contracts, please try to include all these points now, because earlier days we never thought there will be serious pandemic, but now it has come. And if you're going to innovate the contract at this time period, the extension period, notice period, and in the insurance class, all these classes are very, very important to make the contract very effective. Going forward, we have to be very careful about the terms and conditions of the contracts. In fact, for the labor and supply chain challenges in the pandemic-like conditions must be now the part of the contract. Termination provisions, dispute resolution provision is very, very important, because in earlier days, people were not very active to provide the ADR clause. Even they can also now provide the mediation clause, because mediation is now going to be very easy process to solve dispute very quickly and also very cheap. Insurance is very important, because those contracts which is insurance class, they're safe because the risk has gone to insurance company. So going forward, I think everybody should try to have insurance class seriously. If they are novating the contract in this time period, please include the insurance class, and then make the agreement very handy, because in this situation some of the contracts are possible to perform, but we don't know how much the lockdown will continue. In those contracts, even coming months or weeks may not be easy to perform. So it is good for the companies to make their contracts very handy, and that can be handled very easily in future. This may also seem daunting. However, proper AI enabled technology, a proven process, and the right expertise will help to handle not only COVID-19, but also any other crisis that may arise in future. However, most important than anything else is that be positive, stay safe and healthy. I thank you all for listening and also liking my channel. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe the channel by clicking the uh, bell icon, and also please share with your friends for the benefit of them, so they can also take the benefit of the channel. Thank you all. Please go on following us on this channel. We'll be coming up with the very relevant, very updated videos regularly, and also we are going to publish the articles and also the slides and also the blogs. Please go and just search for Technolex on Google. You will get a lot of material. With these few words, I thank you all for being the part of this journey and helping us to grow. Thank you all. Please follow us. Please share with your friends, and please like our channel and please subscribe. Thank you all. Thank you.